Hello, hello. Oh, let me get a haircut. Hello, everyone. Back to my kitchen. It is the beginning of December, so that means that our new recipe just dropped in your files if you are on our app. There is a plant-based one and then our regular one. So I'm pulling a recipe too. All right, now that my hair is secure. Hi, welcome. Today's lunchtime learning is cooking with Coach Kelsey. Like I said, I pulled from our app, which if you have access to the app, if you're on our app and it's in your phone, let me pull mine up. You'll just go to the app and click menu where, ooh, can you see? Can we see? Come on. Might have to turn my brightness down. But to where, there we go, all of our icons are, we're going to select files, and then all of your recipe packs will pop up here along with some other PDFs that we upload. And if you select plant-based, 3 little buttons up top, boop, download, and it'll download directly to your phone. So that way, like just now, I was running errands all morning, went to the gym this morning, and I just downloaded this to my phone. I went through. There's a lot more to it than just recipes. There's a context. There's even a weekly meal planner as a sample. So if you want somebody to tell you what to eat word for word, day by day, it's all right here for you, and you have access to it. Every month there's something new, so you can always try something new. What I like to do is I'll pick through. Sometimes I'll even go to the like regular. It's not like marketed as plant-based, but I can find alternatives for either the meats or find alternatives or just use the sides or like the dish. But I'll find a couple recipes every month, and I'll kind of just incorporate them into my weekly already meal plans. Like I have certain meals that I just enjoy and I know give the yield that I'm looking for. So once I find more every month when I go on our meal plan kit or meal recipe packs, I'll zoom through and pick a couple to like start adding into the rotation for the month. So as you can see, there's a ton. It gives you all of the ingredients you'll need, how long it takes. It'll even give you the macros down here too. So very easy and at your fingertips. And like I said, I'll just screenshot something that I like, take it with me to the grocery store and pick it up, and it's like almost mindless. And then you get home and you can cook it. So that is that. Today, if you've been here before, you may have already guessed, I'm going on the sweet side. There was a cheesecake in there, a vegan cheesecake that sounds so good, but I think it takes about an hour to prep, so it might have to be something that I like just do on my own, and I'll show you guys in the group once I make it. But I did see like a super easy recipe. It's something that Brenna's told me about. She's tried it like several times, but it's a salted date caramel, and it's like a Whole Foods caramel sauce, which I'm like, perfect. I cut up some Granny Smith apples, and I was like, we're gonna do that first. So I'm gonna make that, and then I'm probably going to do the Spiced Banana Cinnamon Smoothie afterwards, because I have, first of all, the cutest cup to put it in. But also I'm hoping with some of the caramel that'll still be in the blender afterwards, it'll like clean it up a little bit. But 2 super quick recipes that are definitely on the healthier side if you're looking for a quick healthy snack, and smoothie or meal replacement. On top of the recipe that's already in here, I am gonna add my supplements. I am gonna grab protein to put in mine just because, like I said, I've been running around all day. I would like to get some of that protein in, a little extra if I can help it. So, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I had a ton of pitted dates. The recipe calls for 15. Let me rephrase that. I thought I had a ton of pitted dates, but I have about 8. So I think I'm gonna split the recipe in half because I plan on using this, like I said, just to dip apples in for now, but I'll make a larger recipe and put it on that cheesecake I was telling you guys about because, just, you gotta check it out. You gotta check out the recipes. But with that being said, I've got my blender, pitted dates. It calls for 6 ounces of milk, but like I said, I will be pretty much cutting it in half, so I'm probably gonna do about half of this, but I'm gonna keep some to the side just in case I need more to keep it the texture I'm looking for. So I'm gonna just go ahead with about 3 ounces to start. And then it calls for a tablespoon, I think it's a teaspoon actually for the full recipe. Now my phone, I turned the dimness down on my phone and I can't see it. Yeah, so 1 teaspoon, so I'm just gonna do a half a teaspoon. Measure that with your heart. Of vanilla. Again, 3 ingredients. Pretty simple. I'm actually trying to make my own vanilla too. I saw that you really only need a super high proof alcohol and then the vanilla bean and kind of just let it ferment. So I was like, I can do that. And I thought it might be like a healthier option, almost like a tincture, witchcrafty, if you ask me. All of this is in the blender. Again, if you've been here before, hi, my blender is very loud. If you'd like to put yours on mute so you don't hear me, be my guess. So we're gonna just blend this till it gets to a thin texture of like caramel. And again, if it doesn't, because I'm splitting the recipe in half, then I don't know. It calls for, like I said, 16 of these dates. I'm using about half of that, but they're a little smaller too, so I don't know. That's why I just went in with a little bit. I can add some more almond milk as I check out how much it's going. So we're gonna go ahead and blend that. Oh God. Milk, just looking at the texture of it. And I think it also might be better if you did it with like I don't know, what are they, like Ninja blenders or those high speed like food processors. But I'm working with what I got. I'm getting the gist of it, but it probably would have been better to have some of the bigger ones. I'm just gonna shove this down, try to get that all blended. It is getting to the texture that I want, but like I said, I don't have a high power blender. I have this loud boy. So we're just gonna blend it up a little more. Oh, there's some in this too. See, like, my blender just throws it around, which is fine, I guess. At least it's staying contained. Okay, let's try this again. Smoking, I don't think that's a good thing. Does it get hot? Oh no, cooking with Coach Kelsey. This is also avoid fire with Coach Kelsey. Could it be because I left it on for so long? Ooh, I don't know. Well, guess what? I need the blender for all the recipes, so. So it's not to the texture I'd like, but as I mentioned, for Lord knows what reason, and I think, because this feels a little hot, so I think it's just from the friction from it spinning, but I think that the metal piece in there got too hot, because it was literally just smoking. Okay, so I'm going to pour this into a bowl. Again, not very caramelly, because of course I have to fuck with the recipe every time, and also the blender started smoking, but we're gonna taste it anyway. Okay, but it literally tastes like caramel. Oh, you know what? Well, I guess that's what's in a Snickers. When we made those healthy Snickers, and we used the date and covered it in dark chocolate, that's probably why it tasted so much like a Snickers. This is blended, literally just tastes like caramel. And honestly, the dates are so soft that even if this wasn't completely blended, it still tastes like caramel sauce. But blend it more. I want to be able to do our last recipe before this thing implodes, so we're going to give her a minute to cool down. So next I'm going to do the banana recipe. And like I said, my intention was to leave some of this caramel in here for the flavor or for the sweetness. This recipe does call for dates, but I used them all. So what's left in here is what we'll be using for the dates. So the Spiced Banana and Cinnamon Smoothie is just bananas, dates, almond milk, chia seeds, some spice, some lime juice, some ice cubes, and some cinnamon and salt. So, lucky for me, I have all of these spices. Let me find cinnamon and stuff real quick. I have frozen bananas. I'll those in there. I'm going to use the rest of this almond milk. Splash of the cinnamon. The spice that's in this is called cardamom. It's a spice. Sorry, it's a. I looked this up because I was like, what even is that? Do I have that? I do have that, but I didn't realize that it was like what makes your like pumpkin spice stuff like spicy but still sweet. But it's an herb. There we go. It's an herb that actually really helps with like digestion and stuff too. So when I found out that I've had it in here this whole time, I was like, hell yeah. And if you don't, it's in your pumpkin spice. Sometimes. Just check. Get a little bit of that in there. And lastly was chia seeds. I'm trying to keep up here with all my jars. And we'll put a pinch of that. I just realized I didn't put a pinch of salt in the salted caramel either, but it doesn't need it. But I'll put a little on it just for the flavor. And we're going to put it in this too. And again, like I said, I want to put protein powder. Well, it's for a pinch, so I'll put it on my caramel too, see if that changes anything. Like I said, it tastes like caramel despite not being able to blend it fully. But once I get that opportunity, I'm sure it'll be great. I'm going to have to get one of those like food processors. Oh, protein. There. Again, this is calling for ice cubes. I have a lime, but I don't know if I want to put it in there yet. It's part of the recipe, but I've got frozen bananas, so I don't know. We'll try it first. What was the other thing I wanted to put in there? Oh, ice cubes. I'll do a couple. Hopefully, Splendor stays chilling. One more recipe. Again, we blend. I'm not doing that to be annoying. I'm just afraid this thing's going to explode, for the record. blended to me. Like I said, I also left some of that caramel in there. Bitch. Oh my god, it's the perfect amount. I love when that happens. Look at this. Cheers. Are you kidding me? So that took me about 15 minutes. It really wasn't bad. Very simple ingredients and pretty much very similar ingredients between both recipes, so I was able to pick it all up from the store, excuse me, and make both. I did add some salt to the salted caramel that I intend making, so let me try it with some salt. Still delicious. Oh, that's wonderful. Even though it wasn't fully blended, that's still really good. I would still put that on, like, I make an ice cream, or even this, like, caramel frappuccino kind of style. But I make an ice cream with frozen bananas and milk. So I already had a bunch of bananas in there. But that would be good, like as a topping on that. Like I said, putting that on the pie, the cheesecake I was talking about, even not fully blended. Oh. With some cashews. Okay, now I'm getting excited. Those were my two recipes that I wanted to show you today. It wasn't really cooking, it was more blending, mixing, witchcraft, if you would. But both were very good and not overpowering, like, with sweetness. Like, caramel, beyond the fact that, like, it's mostly sugar, it's usually super sweet. This is still, like, very sweet for just being a date. It really hits the craving. They're really good. I'm not going to stop eating them. And the smoothie, for me, anytime I make a protein shake or like a smoothie, I really only enjoy like vanilla. I'm not a big chocolate fan when it comes to smoothies in general, but adding that spice, it was a good one. Well, that's all I have in my kitchen today. But before I go, I did still want to mention a few things. One was that today, as many of you saw that I posted in the group page, I started the Outrun Your Enemies program because I'm training for a marathon at a chimpanzee sanctuary that I love. It's a very good cause. But super fun. I've got a bunch of you joining. Comment below, sound off if you're joining and how it's going for you, because it's hard, but it's fun. Very challenging, but it was enjoyable. It's fun. It makes it feel like I'm running for a purpose beyond, I don't know, raising money for the homies is how I'm looking at it for the chimps, but it makes it a little more fun when it's programmed for me, for one, and then I'm obligated to kind of hit a goal every week. So I'm looking forward to that. Also wanted to mention group coaching sessions. So right now we have group coaching sessions on Thursday night. That's with Coach Brenna. And then today I do one at 1:30, so in 10 minutes I'll be logging on. And then again at 5:30. So Thursdays and Fridays right now are the days that we're doing the group coaching sessions, but if anybody's interested and those dates don't work for you, let us know. We're open to trying different dates and kind of seeing how we can get everybody involved and everybody together to do some of these classes together. They're pretty similar to our lunchtime learnings, but definitely go more in depth and give you a better outlet on kind of your health journey and what we can do and what we can help you with. So with that being said, like I said, I will be going on at 1:30 and again at 5:30. If you are interested in joining, if you have access to our app, or if you are just not sure how to sign up, send myself or Coach Brenna a message and we will walk you through it, and we will let you know how you can get involved and how you can join in on some of those meetings, because they're really fun. When I get some of us together just to like catch up, I mean, similar to our group chat that we have in the app, it's just cool to catch up, see how we're doing. Like I just said, some of us are doing similar programs, so how are you getting through it and what are you doing to recover afterwards? So it's a fun class. But I wanted to just shout that out, and also shout out if you were interested in joining something like that, but the days that work for you, letting one of us know so we could like I said, trial some different days. We're open for anything, really. We're here for you, so we're excited. But with all of that being said, I'm gonna finish this because it's delicious. Probably eat the rest of these apples too. And then I'll hop on. Sorry, I'm literally talking and eating. But then I'll hop on the group coaching, hang out with you guys, talk to you guys, and then actually get to meet one of my friend's babies for the first time, which I'm really, really excited about. And then I'll be back here again at 5:30 to log on with you guys. So message me if you're interested in joining. Let me know what your plans are this weekend. Are you squeezing any babies this weekend? Because I am, and I can't wait. But let me know, and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend and enjoy the rest of your day. That's all I have, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, bye.